Good, good, good. So yeah, we're just doing this project in our class right now for entrepreneurial environments. It's our professor is Mueller. Do you know who he is?
Of course I know Mueller. Yeah, we've been teaching together for years.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Cool, but so yeah, we just we're supposed to be interviewing someone who's started their own business, and since you came and talked to my management class, I obviously know that you have a couple businesses, both successful and non-successful. But do you mind if I just ask you like a couple questions about your first businesses?
Sure. Yeah, got 13 minutes until my next appointment. Go for it.
Perfect. Yeah, that's just about all I need. So, okay, first question. Could you just please briefly describe your first entrepreneurial business endeavor?
Well, that goes back to the age of 5. I started a lemonade stand.
Okay. Well, maybe postgraduate.
Well, probably next applicable would be, I guess, real measure. I was a part of 3 founding teams, but I didn't found it from on my own. So real measure. To describe it, I mean, we saw a need. It was a computer-based instrumentation product. And basically, it was for science students to do science experiments and actually have a practical applied system to do it. So you could do a little experiment like on conductivity or voltage or pH or conductivity.
Okay.
So started that business initially to go after industry, but then we went after the school system to sell that product.
Cool. Cool. All right. Did you specifically decide to be an entrepreneur, or would you say it's more of an opportunity that presented itself to you?
Interesting question. How you phrase that? I'd say it's a combination of both. I knew that I wanted to have great influence in my career, and I wanted to be my own boss, and I don't want to have to deal with idiot bosses or idiot employees or anything. And so I wanted to have control over creating that for myself, and so entrepreneurship was the best path to do that. So I'd say it's a combination of going after it as well as it was just an opportunistic thing for me.
Okay, cool. What would you say was the hardest part of moving from the idea stage to the action stage of your entrepreneurial startups?
Let's see, hardest from idea stage to action stage. I think it's really believing in the product and the solution that you're offering. And once you have confidence in the fact that your product or service is amazing and it will help others, then it's pretty easy to start acting on it. But you really got to be confident in what you're offering before you can start acting. The way you do that is you talk to customers, you talk to experts, you do some research, etc. And once you believe that you have a great solution, then you start acting on it.
Cool, cool. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about your laser business real quickly, because I know that's one that was really successful. But what was the hardest part of launching that specific business that you didn't really, I guess, see coming before you started working on it?
Yeah, I think the hardest part of that business was the finality of it, the cycle. So it still remains to be a challenge today. But we were either like tons of sales or no sales, in either extreme. So that was a really big challenge when we started that venture.
Okay. Why do you think entrepreneurship is taught to only a limited degree in school, and why do you think it's not really thought of as a hard skill?
Well, I think the first question is assumptive. I think entrepreneurship is taught. It was never taught as soon as it's 15 or 20 years ago wasn't taught at all. So I think there is access to entrepreneurship education, not as much as I think there should be. And the reason I think it's not as much as it should be is because I think there's a myth that entrepreneurs are born and not made. But all of us can learn to be entrepreneurial. So I think that's why. Then, what was your second question?
Why isn't it thought of as a hard skill?
Oh, why isn't it thought of as a hard skill? I don't know. I mean, there is a lot of soft skills to entrepreneurship. There's a lot of soft skills to life. I think entrepreneurship, is a hard skill. Again, maybe why others don't think it is a hard skill is because they think you're either born an entrepreneur or you're not.
Yeah.
They think you probably can't. They probably think you can't learn it then as a hard skill, but that's not true. You can learn entrepreneurship as a skill.
Yeah. Okay. Last question here. What would you recommend to new entrepreneurs like us who have an idea but have yet to launch it? And so really like motivation for how we can really go to the next step and actually make our business happen.
You have to act on it. Do it. Simply do it. Each of us can think of 1,000 excuses not to do it. All you need is one reason to do it. So an example is, talk to people. You have an idea, talk to 50 people, and then learn. And then actually talk to 50 people, and then okay, here's the product. Make the product. Go develop it. All right, make it. Once you made it, all right, go sell it. My piece of advice is to lean on doing rather than thinking or researching or whatever. Just go do stuff.
Cool. And would you recommend the Catalyze CU program or Spark Boulder? Are you familiar with those?
Well, we run both of them, yeah. So they're both great programs. Catalyze CU is accelerator, the college accelerator. The launch program is a co-working space, co-working sessions where you can come and rub elbows with CEOs and grow your business. So I would recommend that you put time into both of them if you can.
Okay. All right, Eric, thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
All right, that was easy. Anything else?
That's it. Thanks, man.
All right, have a good day.
You too.